One person in every group gets bitten alive. Everyone else walks away untouched. And no, it's not luck. Scientists have actually figured out why, and the answer has almost nothing to do with your blood being sweeter. Mosquitoes don't find you by sight. In near total darkness, from over 100 feet away, they lock onto something much simpler: the carbon dioxide leaving your body every time you exhale. The more you breathe out, the easier you are to find. Bigger people, pregnant women, people mid-exercise, they all produce more carbon dioxide. And mosquitoes treat that plume like a flashing sign in the dark. This is why the person doing all the moving and talking at a barbecue is often the first one covered in bites, while the quiet one sitting still nearby gets ignored completely. But carbon dioxide only gets a mosquito in the neighborhood. Once she's close, and it's always a she, only female mosquitoes bite because they need protein from blood to develop their eggs. She switches to a much more personal tracking system: your skin. Researcher James Logan at the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine has spent years studying exactly what makes certain people irresistible. His team found that the specific mix of bacteria living on your skin is one of the biggest factors. You've got hundreds of species of bacteria on your body right now, and the exact combination varies from person to person like a fingerprint. Some combinations produce a scent mosquitoes find nearly impossible to resist. Others produce a smell that seems to actively repel them. This is also why mosquitoes love your ankles and feet specifically. That part of your body tends to host a particularly attractive bacterial community, which is why so many bites end up right there no matter how much you swat at your arms. Here's where it gets stranger. Logan's research also found that people with blood type O get bitten roughly twice as often as people with blood type A. Nobody fully understands why yet, but one theory involves certain blood types secreting chemical signals through the skin that essentially broadcast your blood type to anything nearby that's looking for a meal. If you've ever wondered why you get destroyed at every outdoor event while your friend walks away clean, and you happen to know your type O, that might be your answer. There's also a chemical most people have never heard of that plays a surprisingly large role: lactic acid. Every time you exercise, your muscles produce it as a byproduct, and it seeps out through your sweat glands. Researchers studying mosquito attraction found that higher concentrations of lactic acid on the skin correlate strongly with increased mosquito interest, which is another reason that person who just finished a run or a set of push-ups tends to get swarmed within minutes, well before anyone else nearby. Genetics plays a bigger role than most people realize, too. A study using twins found that identical twins, who share essentially all their DNA, were bitten at almost identical rates, while fraternal twins showed much more variation between each other. That gap is basically a genetic fingerprint written directly onto your attractiveness to mosquitoes. Some of that genetic influence works through your natural body odor. Some works through how much carbon dioxide your body produces at rest. Either way, you were essentially born mosquito bait, or born mosquito repellent, and there wasn't much anyone could do about it. Interestingly, this genetic fingerprint doesn't stay fixed your entire life. Hormonal shifts, changes in gut bacteria, diet, and even stress levels can all subtly shift your scent profile over months or years, which is why some people swear they used to be a mosquito magnet as a kid and somehow aren't anymore. Or the reverse. Your biology isn't a fixed sentence, it's a slowly shifting signal. Body heat plays a role too. Mosquitoes have specialized sensory organs that detect infrared heat from meters away, which is part of how they zero in on a target even in total darkness. People who run naturally warmer, whether from higher metabolism, more physical activity, or just body composition, throw off a stronger heat signature that mosquitoes can lock onto more easily. And then there's alcohol. Multiple studies have found that drinking even a single beer measurably increases how attractive you become to mosquitoes within the following hour. The leading theory ties this back to two things alcohol does to your body. It raises your skin temperature slightly, and it increases the ethanol content in your sweat, both of which seem to make you easier to detect and more appealing once found. So if you've ever noticed you get eaten alive specifically at the barbecue where everyone's drinking, that's not a coincidence. Pregnancy compounds several of these factors at once. Pregnant women exhale roughly 21% more carbon dioxide than usual due to the increased metabolic demand of carrying another person, and their body temperature runs slightly higher too. Studies in malaria endemic regions have specifically found pregnant women attract nearly twice as many mosquito bites as non pregnant women nearby, which is part of why malaria prevention programs pay special attention to protecting pregnant women in high risk areas. So, why does any of this matter beyond ruining your summer evenings? Because for most of human history, this wasn't a minor annoyance, it was a matter of survival. Mosquitoes are still, to this day, responsible for more human deaths annually than any other animal on Earth. Malaria alone kills hundreds of thousands of people every year, most of them children under 5. The traits that make you more or less attractive to mosquitoes weren't random. Somewhere in your evolutionary history, in a population living somewhere mosquito-borne disease was a constant threat, the exact bacterial makeup of someone's skin or their blood type, or their natural body odor could have been the difference between passing on their genes and not. That means the friend who never gets bitten isn't just lucky. They may be carrying a genetic advantage that, generations ago, in the right environment, quite literally kept their bloodline alive. And the person who gets destroyed every single summer might be carrying traits that, in a different time and place, made almost no difference at all because the mosquitoes there weren't carrying anything dangerous to begin with. None of this means you're doomed to a lifetime of itchy ankles, though. Since carbon dioxide, heat, and skin bacteria are the biggest drivers, the most effective countermeasures target those directly. DET and picaridin-based repellents work by essentially jamming the mosquito's ability to detect the chemical signals coming off your skin, which is a big part of why they remain far more effective than citronella candles or wristbands, which barely move the needle in actual controlled studies. Covering exposed skin, especially around the ankles and feet, cuts down on the surface area, broadcasting your personal scent signature. And if you're someone who consistently gets destroyed no matter what, that quiet frustration you feel every single summer isn't in your head. Your biology really is sending out a signal, loud and clear to every mosquito within range, and it has been since long before you ever noticed the bites.